Welcome to Assembly Bethesda On Air, friends. I'm your host, Hallen Fogarty, and today we're diving into a topic that, honestly, touches every single one of us at some point in our lives. Why black is the color of mourning and resurrection hope. It sounds heavy, I know, but let's unpack this together in a straightforward, meaningful way. First off, have you ever stopped to think, why black for mourning? It's pretty straightforward when you really look at it, isn't it? Black stands out because it's the exact opposite of bright, vibrant, colorful life. When someone we love dies, the world around us just feels dimmer, less vibrant. Black perfectly captures that feeling, doesn't it? It absorbs light, refusing to reflect it back, much like how grief can make everything seem shadowed and muted. This isn't a new custom, by the way. Historically, this goes way, way back. Think about ancient Rome, for example. People there would wear dark togas to funerals to show they were grieving. That custom wasn't confined. It spread through Europe over centuries. By the Middle Ages, black had become the undisputed go-to color for mourning clothes in many Christian-influenced societies. It became practical, too. Simple, serious, and a clear way to signal to others, hey, I'm in a season of sorrow here. I might need some space or perhaps a little extra support. Today, in many places, especially across the Western world, showing up to a funeral in black is just what you do. It's not just a fashion choice, it's respectful. It unifies people in shared grief, bringing us all together in that moment. It also helps keep the focus exactly where it should be, on honoring the one who's passed, rather than drawing any attention to ourselves. Black says, quite humbly, I'm here to remember, to mourn, and to stand with the family. It's not flashy, it's humble, and that humility fits perfectly with how faith views grief, honest and real. Now, when we shift our focus to Christian contexts, black takes on even deeper, extra layers of meaning. In church liturgy, for example, black vestments were traditionally used for funeral services and masses for the dead. What did this represent? Well, it wasn't just mourning for the deceased. It also symbolized sorrow over sin, which, let's face it, brought death into our world, and it acknowledged the reality of judgment. Death isn't pretty, friends. It's a harsh consequence of a broken creation, and frankly, black doesn't sugarcoat that. It allows us to face that raw truth head-on. Life ends, our bodies fail, and separation hurts deeply. It's an honest confrontation with our mortality, a vital part of understanding our need for something more, something beyond this earthly existence. It forces us to acknowledge the difficult truths before we can move toward hope. But here's the thing, and this is where Christianity truly shines. It doesn't leave us there, in the dark. Black isn't, and never was, the end of the story. This is precisely where resurrection hope comes bursting through. Think about Holy Week. Good Friday is incredibly heavy with black, isn't it? It's the day Jesus died. Darkness literally covered the land. It felt like the ultimate moment of loss, like everything was absolutely over. Then came Holy Saturday, that quiet waiting, sitting in the tomb's shadow. Yet, what happened next? Easter morning breaks through with dazzling light, an empty tomb, and a risen Lord. Black marks the profound sorrow that leads up to that incredible victory. It reminds us that grief is valid, absolutely. But it's not and never will be forever. It's a temporary shadow before the eternal light. In some traditions, there's an even deeper, more profound perspective. They see black not just as sorrow, but as fertile ground. Think about it. Dark soil is where seeds are planted, hidden away, seemingly lost, before they burst forth into vibrant life. Death in Christ is very much like that, isn't it? It's a planting, a burial toward resurrection, a promise of new life that we often can't see in the darkness. The Bible beautifully speaks of God giving us beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise instead of despair. Black holds that sacred space for the ashes and the mourning, for the raw grief, while simultaneously pointing us, gently but firmly, to the glorious promise of transformation that is to come. It's a powerful paradox. Death isn't the end, but a beginning of something far greater. So, in funerals, whether we're using black or, as some practices do, shifting to white palls, the core message remains unwavering. Mourn honestly, but hope confidently. Black acknowledges the pain, the tears, the torrent of questions that often flood our minds. Resurrection hope, however, says with unwavering certainty that God is bigger than all of it. Christ conquered death itself, so believers have the absolute assurance of life beyond the grave. We're talking reunion, restoration, and a promise of no more tears. That, my friends, is the profound hope woven into the very meaning of this color. Black invites balance. It doesn't try to rush past grief to fake positivity. It sits with it, then gently lifts our eyes to what's coming next. In a world that often wants to avoid hard feelings, black gives us permission to feel them fully, knowing faith promises comfort and ultimate eternal joy. So the next time you see black at a service or in a season of mourning, remember this: it's so much more than just a custom. It's a powerful, tangible symbol of real sorrow met by real hope, of darkness that, by divine promise, gives way to eternal light. It's a reminder that even in our deepest grief, there is a profound, unshakable promise of a future beyond our imagining. Thank you for joining me today. As always, it is a genuine pleasure to spend this time with you. If you got some value out of this discussion, please throw me a thumbs up and/or subscribe to the channel. God bless, and until next time, courage. And don't forget to check out assemblybethesda.com for devotionals, Bible studies, music, our blog, and so much more. All our digital items are pay as you are led, a true blessing.